Why did you become an educator?
I became an educator because it was something I wanted to do since elementary school. My great Aunt Betty was a nun and taught second grade, and just hearing her stories of being in the classroom and working with students, and then my experience through church, like teaching Bible school, those kind of things, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. So from a very young age, I knew that I wanted to work with kids.
Mrs. Kohl has impacted my life, and probably just a way of positivity. Anytime I go down to her, she always has a positive answer. She always has a positive outlook. So it just kind of, weeds out the negativity, and I mean that's a huge part. I mean, I think because people always have a tendency to be negative, but I mean she's always sharing positive, so it keeps me positive.
Mrs. Kohl has been my counterpart in the guidance office for 4 years and has been a mentor to me, has been one of my best friends. We go through the daily together, and so kind of ingrained in each other's lives every single day, and I just consider her one of my greatest assets in my life too.
She's always been there for me, just like even throughout the day we can go down to her class and just sit there and hang out and talk to her. And she's always helped me throughout the whole college process, and just to really be a friend to rely on.
Why did you switch from being a teacher to being a counselor?
When I was teaching at the middle school, I didn't have my own children. So, my husband was still in school and working part-time, so my students were kind of my family. And being an educator, you don't always have time outside of the classroom to really talk to them about what's happening in their lives. And that's what led me to want to pursue my counseling degree so that I could have the time to work with them.
Mrs. Kohl means so much to KHS because she's a huge part of all the moving parts that make our school work. I mean, it's much like a symphony. There's so many different things going on, so many parts being played, and you can't really have those parts played without the organization that she does in the background.
I would say Mrs. Kohl's like our mom. She's like there for everybody, and she's just like a really safe place to go.
A positive influence for us. She's the one that's always there for us when nobody else is.
Mrs. Kohl means to KHS, I feel like she's kind of like the backbone, so she's just always there for everybody and always doing like the little things that makes everything work all together.
I really think she's the heart of KHS, and what I mean by that is just her compassion and her willingness to help others. I mean, it really goes out, the positive feeds off her, and I think it kind of leads into a lot of different avenues in her school.
What do you like most about your job?
The students. There's, people say, oh, there's bad kids. There is no bad child. They make poor choices, sometimes due to lack of guidance, but deep down there's good in every single one of them.
How does Mrs. Kohl demonstrate leadership to you?
I think Mrs. Kohl is very responsible. She is well prepared when it comes to things like testing. She demonstrates leadership through just having a really caring heart for everyone here.
Mrs. Kohl leads by example, always. She's got a great moral compass. She's a parent. She's super ingrained in this community. I think in so many aspects, she leads by example, and she's the first one to put herself out there to say this needs done. How are we going to get it done? She's just that person that you go to. You know that she's going to be there when you need her, and she's going to show up.
If she wasn't in education, what do you think she'd be doing?
I think if Amy wasn't in education, she would be some sort of PR or admissions administrator for a university. She's very good at being the face of a program or just being that really inviting, genuine person.
Probably either like a babysitter or just someone who's taking care of children.
I would say she'd be a nurse because she's just always there for everybody, always trying to help everyone do and feel better.
Oh, Mrs. Kohl would be some sort of world-traveling life coach that does motivational speeches across the country and motivates kids.
I don't know. Maybe I would go on and pursue to be like a social worker or something like that, where I could still work with students and families.
Describe a favorite moment with her.
I don't know, me and Noah, I can barely go in there every day and take candy 7th period, so that's probably my favorite time because we just sit there and talk and eat candy for the whole period.
We were in a kind of stressful week with testing, and we were here late and making copies, hundreds and hundreds of copies, and walking down the hall with stacks full of paper, and we just started skipping kind of at the same time and kind of in tune with one another, and I just consider, sometimes I think we share a brain.
Probably just getting to interact with her at lunch, share stories, hear how her day is going, run ideas past her. Just getting to see her every day is really special.
Why are you proud to be a Wildcat?
Since working here from 1996, there's been so many changes, but you know, especially here in this building, the pride of being able to say, I am a Kenton Wildcat, just something that makes you happy, and I love it.